Much like death, it will find you eventually.
Well, speaking of fleeing, how about Laura from the country called Latvia?
Incorrect.
Where is she from?
Latvia?
Oh, Latvia. Oh,
Yeah.
because I looked it up and I was like, what's this Latvia country about?
Right.
Turns out all they produce there is dog bowls, you know?
What?
Because dogs lap water up.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I just bit my lip. I'm so upset. Welcome aboard, or should I say, I'm going to try to do it. Welcome, I can't.
No, that was a good start.
Welcome aboard. Another brand spanking new episode of Another Podcast Network presents Down Under. Oh
Now,
my
Dylan,
gosh,
I have to
I'm
say this.
So excited.
When I hear people from England or Australia do imitations of Americans, it's very annoying.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of Australian and
British fans.
and New Zealand fans as
Oh,
well.
got it.
And they must be very annoyed by that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought you nailed it.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry to all you fucking Marmite eaters or Vegemite eaters. I'm sorry, I get them confused. But guys, we are back.
Do you live near where they filmed Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
How do you like that being the only thing that Americans think of your country?
Have you seen The Fellowship of the Ring? All right. So, kangaroos, stuff like that.
So sad seeing them run away from those fires. But they can hop at a great speed.
Oh, yeah, at a great speed. Yeah. Babies aren't as fast.
But they carry them in the pouches.
There we go. Nature's good at figuring stuff out. You know who's also really good at figuring stuff out, kind of on the fly, is Hot Captain. Because remember, he almost killed a bunch of people in the very land that we are in. I can't wait to get into it. Pat, hit public service announcements. I'm champing.
Okay. You got to. Well, actually, in this feed, lots of great stuff happening this week. So you're going to get, obviously, us recapping the reunion, which I thought was a dud, but Dylan and I make it fun. We have...
And who knows what I thought? Did I think it was a dud? Did I not? I did.
Oh, okay. So we agree. We have
Spoiler
an
alert.
interview with Lucky/Lucy Edmonds. Our interview with Lucy, you get more information about what was happening behind the scenes than that goddamn part one of that ridiculously unnecessary part one of Below Deck Reunion season.
And let's
4
do
of
this. Let's do this. Gary has to watch the show moving forward.
Oh, by the way, he's such a bad liar. He did then reflect on scenes that he's watched.
But if he didn't, Clockwork Orange next season. Okay.
Toothpicks in the eyes?
You can't just be like, yeah, I didn't see it. Got no idea what you're talking about. It's like, all right, you're ruining the reunion, okay?
Yeah.
God damn it.
The more he's on TV, the more I dislike him.
All
right. So, and
this
then...
is a new cast. This is a new crew, though. This is Down Under.
This is Down Under, but I'm still doing our little, what do you call it? PSAs.
Yeah.
This week, if we haven't already, as you're hearing this, we have an interview with Grant and Todd from the Thruple episode where one of those little org-looking motherfuckers dropped a deuce and didn't clean it up in the toilet. And they break down the game film, give us the behind the scenes. You're going to love it.
Dude, how much tea was that?
That was a ton of tea.
That was a ton of tea. I think Todd was high.
So I think he had a couple. They're in Berlin.
He's in Berlin. He's having a good time, and he's spilling tea on the pod. That'll come later in the week.
So this is how you guys thank Dylan and I for giving you so much great, amazing content this week.
Great, amazing American content.
You head over to patreon.com/Another Podcast Network, and you subscribe for $5 fucking measly dollars.
That's it.
Please.
Ad-free episodes, uncensored tier is a little bit more, but there's lots of fun stuff there. Also, plenty of gabbing and goofing and Vanderpump Rules exclusively there with my baby sister, Papaya Dog Ruby Wren. So, let's get into the episode.
We got to give our thoughts and nods.
I can't, every time
getting into the episode is getting into the show.
All right, but if we have not yet delivered our pots, what do you think I've all of a sudden adorned myself with a purple and green suit, and I have a fucking clown. Like, what do you think is going on here?
I'll tell you what, man. No one can ever turn in a fucking 10 out of 10 performance every episode. You occasionally forget and forego the thoughts and not, sir.
Okay.
Okay? There's only one person that's perfect in the world, and that was Jesus, and he died on the cross for all our sins.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey, good job, Jesus. Not the dying part, but just being such a fucking stand-up guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Should we let Kaylin go first?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or what do you think?
Well, first episode is never too exciting, but I thought the guests were pretty entertaining. I gave it 24 knots.
24 knots.
Yeah. That was very methadone drippy of you.
That's what you're looking for, right?
And listen, it's tough, but we're looking for brief, but we are looking for a little bit more energy. Okay, a little bit more energy. Let's be methadone and Red Bull sugar free next week. Pat, go ahead.
Okay. Turning in an amazing first episode. These typically can be throwaways. Half of it's spent, I don't know, provisions showing up, getting to know the cast, a little bit of sea rat histories.
Yeah.
This
do you like your dad? No, I don't like. Well, that's
why
crazy.
would I like him? He left when I was 2.
Right.
Left 5 of my siblings there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's teased that we have a love pentagon that's going to happen. So that was a nice little tease by Kermit.
Which is an odd kind of label to put on just typical sea rat behavior.
Right.
We don't need to geometrize everything, okay? It's just a bunch of sea rats fucking and sucking each other. There's no shape. It's a ball of snakes.
Yeah, but I think Below Deck is glommed onto the numbers thing. They really loved thruples and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Scandival has ruined a lot of
Bravo content.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have in this particular episode a single person providing service for 6 people. That is so Below Deck.
Yeah.
We start a charter with paying customers.
Yep.
With a 2 down as far as staffing. Once again, that's so Below Deck. We have a chief stew, Kermit, who I love as a person, but with a voice so grating, it makes nails on a chalkboard sound like a symphony.
I love Aesha.
I do too. And then we have Hot Captain that loves to show his ass. And what more could we ask for? And then they delivered us 2 horrible people. 2 truly horrible individuals, which has now been kind of an ongoing thing. The sailing ended with the thruple that were 3 douchebags. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And now we have the start of Down Under with 2 equally just gross human beings. In Christian, what was the sassy gay guy's name?
Brandon.
Oh, I hated that guy so much.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Okay. And also, we'd love to have him on the show.
Oh, I'll have you guys on. You can explain yourselves. We're not going to buy it. We're not going to buy it.
All right.
Because let me say something about you 2.
Okay.
You 2 are the people that I'm always wondering when I get cut off on the freeway and someone almost killed me, and then they have the temerity to roll down their window and give me the middle finger.
Yeah.
That's one of these 2 idiots.
Right.
Those are the horrible people that exist in your daily life that you never find out who they are, and now they are on this episode.
They don't return carts, these people.
They don't return shopping carts.
They don't return carts.
They think you should do it.
Yeah.
100 pots.
Okay. I think the cast has promise.
Well, they're all single, I think.
Yeah, Aesha's not. But I'll get to that in a second. I think it's a really, really fascinating wrinkle to bring the captain back to a place where he caused so much horror. So it would be like, I don't know, like bringing my father back to the canopies of Vietnam and having him do like a vacation. Yeah.
Dylan, you're missing something.
Yeah.
Captain Jason
Yeah.
is good looking.
Uh-huh.
So despite the fact that he smashed that goddamn boat into that dock,
Yeah.
because of that accent and an equally sexy rack of abs there,
Rack a lamb, yeah.
abs, it's someone else's fault.
Right. Okay.
That's how human beings operate. You ever see a hot girl spill coffee at Starbucks or something?
Yeah.
And then like, multiple people like run there to throw napkins down.
Yeah.
It's because the person's hot. Hot people get away with doing bad things.
Right.
That's what happened there.
Yeah. They're freaks.
I guess in the same sense that the X-Men are.
Yeah.
but they have superpowers.
Right, exactly. Like Hot Girl Magneto. Same kind of thing.
Hey, can I give a theory before we start? Because
Hey, can I fucking say my goddamn
sorry.
fucking knots? 70, go ahead.
I have a theory about this goddamn boat. I think they got it at a discount.
Okay, can we? All right. I want to get into the show because the boat is an important part of this episode. So, of course, we start with where else? Aesha has returned to Below Deck. Aesha is one of my favorite Below Deck cast members. I think she's got great bants. And it's fun to see her get absolutely steamrolled by subordinates.
I love Kermit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Kermit too.
But I am a little concerned, dare I say trepidatious, about a budding relationship that is a little too much too early, and that is Captain Hot Pants, Rackalam Hot Pants, and Aesha.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's anything sexual going on.
But there 100% is. There's 100%. He's got 3 dopey dudes with weird haircuts sitting down in an engine room looking at, I don't know, fucking meters or something.
You're talking about Ilya or whatever?
I don't know. 3 very not attractive men
Okay,
that need to
easy.
stay
Jesus Christ.
down in the bottom of the boat, like the steerage in the Titanic. They'd be the first to die.
Right.
Although the engineers, they probably figured out and get out of the boat first.
Yeah.
He could have asked any one of those assholes to help him with his goddamn eye contacts. But no. He asked Kermit to do it because that's an intimate thing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay? That's something you do for your husband or someone that at the very least you bang for 3 weeks. Okay?
All right.
I'm just putting that out. By the way, he's still hot, but he's aging a little bit.
Okay, gee. Are you a sassy Kim Cattrall bitch tonight? My God.
Just
I
saying,
need
could use some
photo
Botox.
approval before those go out. All right, so this season we are on. We are in Cannes, Cannes, on a fucking fishing boat. Now let's talk about the boat. It's absolutely disgusting. You can take your Gilligan's kitsch and get me on an actual yacht because this is not it.
Okay, this interior of this boat, we'll talk about the exterior. The interior of the boat looks like your weird uncle's house.
Yeah, 100%. Like, why does it smell like fucking cigars in here?
He's a big collector of all these like weird maritime
What
things.
is going on with the mics? I know we're screaming a lot, but we're very enthused. Are we peaking? I feel like we're peaking.
Dylan,
going red.
All right,
it's
all
going
right.
to sound magical.
Okay.
But let me get into this. His relatives of the weird uncle that has a house looking like this with the fucking cheap wood paneling.
No
all that
air
stuff.
conditioning.
The second this fucker dies, his body isn't even cold yet, and all the relatives run in there to sell all these fucking boat
Estate
toys.
sale, right away.
That's what this place looked like.
Yeah.
But we all know it's converted Japanese fishing boat. Mm-hmm. This is not a place where people pay a lot of money to stay on.
It smells like unsmoked cigars and microwave bags of spinach. And it's fucking gross. All right. So, typical below deck shit. As you mentioned, one of the people we hired cannot come to work on time. And, people who are just starting off watching Below Deck Down Under, or below deck in general, it begs the question, like, why hire someone else, right? Hire somebody who can make it on the first day. But that's not the way this show rolls.
No.
Right? Because what do we do on this show?
Well, we thrust incompetence on wealthy people.
That is exactly what we do. We bring them to a breaking point if they are not psychologically sound. Because what the wealthy are about to go through is a jigsaw killer kind of gauntlet of incompetency. So, Aesha just wants to smash these charters, and she's going to be more direct. She's going to be a direct bitch this year because last season, Mangdala was tossing her around the boat left and right. She's like, Aesha, I'm exhausted. I was fighting with my boyfriend all night. You need to get the fuck out of my face. And Aesha was like, oh, Ron, I'm sorry.
Yeah. She also used up all the goddamn data from the phones. Remember that? Remember the Captain Hot Pants had to tell her, like, look, you've used more data
Yeah.
than 3 vessels
Yeah, and
in
she's
14
like,
hours.
She's like, all right, 007, get the fuck out of my face. All right, so Luke comes aboard, and we break to talk about how ancient the fishing boat is.
It's a piece of shit with no technology.
He tells Luke, well, he tells the audience about Cairns. And he says, I've crashed a fucking boat here. Yeah. Took out a fucking building.
I like how he said, we found a safe place with no people.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Yeah. They told me after 3 children. That's it, though. All right, so let's meet our bisexual Jewish hero, Tzarina.
Tzarina, yeah. I love her.
She is amazing. The bands, as I'll say it again, the bands are unbelievable.
The pans?
Bands.
Bants.
Yeah.
What's the bants?
Banter.
Oh, the banter.
Yeah.
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 You know, I only have one issue. They showed some pictures of her when she was a little younger. She looked like that vampire demon from Let Us In or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
A little scary.
Let the right one in.
She's suspect.
What is it called?
Let the right one in.
Let the right one in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
I'm thinking of a Spike Lee collab.
Oh, right.
Let the right thing in.
Do the right thing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this German bisexual.
You let like an angry Italian pizza owner into your house and he just destroys everything.
And he lives in a coffin during the day.
Yeah.
All right, so this bisexual Jewish girl aspired to be a pyromaniac and create fires and watch the fires happen where people are burning as the ambulance showed up.
Yeah.
But her mother found out, and she's like, "Hey, you can set fire to food,
Yeah,
and then you can make people happy, And
she's like, you can set fire to things that are dead.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, buildings aren't alive. And she's like, yeah, but they have alive people in them. So let's learn how to cook a leek.
And just like that, potential serial killer averted.
Averted. Great job, Mom. That's knowing your kid. It's like Dexter's dad.
And now she's 30 and flirty.
I don't want to. I don't mean this negatively. I don't know that I should say this. She just reminds me of 30.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She is very 30 years old. Mm-hmm. And it kind of bums me out because 30 is not great. I guess the C-Rats just make me sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll say this, Dylan. What little personal patty here. The 2 years leading up to 30, I was so goddamn
We'll
depressed.
sing the song now.
What is that?
It's personal patty, personal patty, personal patty. Kaylin?
Time. Okay. 28, miserable. 29, miserable. Then I turned 30 because I put all this things that I needed to accomplish by then. And then by the time I was 32, I was like, who gives a shit? I made it past that.
Yeah.
But 30s, there's a lot of pressure on people.
A lot of pressure. And when you're fleeing from that to the middle of the goddamn ocean, it only ratchets up. Much like death, it will find you eventually.
Well, speaking of fleeing, how about Laura from the country called Lapia?
Incorrect.
Where is she from?
Latvia?
Oh, Latvia. Oh,
Yeah.
because I looked it up and I was like, what's this Lapia country about?
Right.
Turns out all they produce there is dog bowls,
What?
Well, because dogs lap water up.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I just bit my lip. I'm so upset.
But that's why she needed to get out of there, man.
I mean, like
It's the only gig in town.
a marathon's length to get there. Over 26 miles to get there. Oh, Latvia. All right. So, yes, Laura does arrive. Her head is rubbed. The side of her head is rubbed by Aesha. Is just like, welcome. And just she's just rubbing people. She's so sweet. And Luke starts in already. This guy's gonna make me. He's gonna try me.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, it's the same reason I don't like boy crazy women. I don't like guys that are just like it's just everything is pussy.
Okay,
So
so
it's like, dude, fucking what the fuck?
are you referring to his how he says how he gets?
I'm referring to how him saying him flirting with people
Oh.
is going to increase morale.
Well, he says walking around on the boat with his balls out does that. So I understand why you'd be upset by that. He wants to walk around nude in the nude.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's what brings up morale. He said.
Is this a Lappia thing?
No. This is a direct quote from this idiot.
All right. Let's meet the rest of the cast. First up is Adam, who is a dumbass.
Yeah, well, he had bad grades, so a teacher helped him become a sea rat. So there's to be a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
more
yeah.
of that behind that story, you know.
Well, he usually works on cargo ships with old men who chain smoke and the sounds of probably people in said crates banging, but you cannot open them or you will be killed. So he's ready to kind of let loose.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's a stressful work environment.
Yeah. Especially, it must be tough to work in an industry where everything that it involves terrifies you.
Yeah.
He's scared of water.
He's scared of water, and we'll get to that in a moment. The lanky scuba nerd is up next, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
More on him later.
I think when they gave the teaser, I think he's the one that gets fired, by the way.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so crew meeting because we've got to threaten to fire everyone and talk about Vlad and Dima.
You haven't mentioned the name of the boat yet.
Sun Mountain.
Northern Sun.
Sorry. Northern Sun.
I love that song. Northern Sun. Who is that?
Texas Sun.
Texas Sun. Who
Yeah.
sings that? Is that Leon Bridges?
It's Leon Bridges with Kranga Band.
Great song.
Oh. Have it on vinyl because, we do that Silver Lake thing where we're like, come over for wine.
We'll put on some records.
We'll
Game
put on,
night.
we'll put on a Leon Bridges record.
I got a better idea. How about I stay home? I'll beat off. I'll go into the room with my wife with a bottle of wine and we'll watch Dateline.
God damn. That sounds, oh my God. Fucking just crushing chicken tacos from Paquito Mas and masturbating. That is disgusting. All right. So,
Our first meeting.
all joking aside, he's not quite as fraudulent or intense as Lee is, but he is pretty intense. He's like,
I'm so glad you brought that up. All right, so I don't want to skip to the end, obviously, because we got to kill some more time here. But I wish Lee was the
kill
captain.
some more time or
of
passionately and comedically recap Below Deck Down Under.
the latter.
Yeah.
I wish Lee was on the back of that boat when someone said, "I'm the captain now," and then the second person said, "You're a bitch."
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Captain Lee handle that situation.
Yeah.
Because
How do you think he would have handled it?
I think he would have just went up to the bridge and started driving the boat back to
Yeah,
the dock
right.
and then smashed it into the dock.
Yeah.
Going through the front window
Yeah.
because this is, in fact, the end of his life.
Right.
But
And were he to survive that incident, him and Hot Captain Rack of Lamb, Hot Captain would be like, it's crazy. You can't stop the thing. You're in that moment, Lee's like, in that moment, you're like, it's gonna stop, but I'm not gonna be the one that does it. And Captain's like, I know. Same fucking thought, man. Crazy. These two are dangerous.
Totally.
All right, totally. We are in Cairns. We get some Sea Rat history. Harry is an adventure rat. Luke, and you stop me whenever you need
Sure.
to. And I should ask you to do it meanwhile, actually.
Meanwhile.
Thank you. So, adventure rat. Luke is just so much so soon. He says 2 down, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts to kind of like fake punch like Raz, Harry Scuba Nerd. Don't pretend like you're punching me, because we, right? You know,
We don't know each other yet.
we don't know each other. That's like the drunk guy at the bar who's like, "You into her? Huh? You into her?" It's like, "Yeah, it's my wife. Please don't touch me." All right, so Laura, we get a little Sea Rat history on her as well.
Yes, owned a one-table restaurant, but COVID killed that.
Yeah, and some would argue the marketplace killed it, but COVID didn't help. So it's like, we can't run a business like this. we can only turn this table over twice in a dinner service. It's one table. She's like, well, let's see. And then the pandemic comes. She's like, COVID killed my business.
She's probably like, thank God I have that excuse.
Yeah. Never mind. So, we have a no service area. What's going on? Why did I write that note down?
Okay. So in the kitchen.
all the equipment's old in the kitchen.
All right, so let's get into this kitchen. All right. Provisions show up. Who gives a shit? I do appreciate that Hot Captain Jason helps out with provisions.
Yeah,
I think
he
Captain
helps with
Sandy used to
everything.
do that, and Glenn does that as well.
Yeah.
Captain Lee never did that for
No.
obvious reasons. He's lame.
Well, that's not the obvious reason. The obvious reason is that he's at an age where falls kill.
Right.
Yeah.
Going to your own 80th birthday party kills.
Yeah.
Surprise! Oh!
Yeah. Yeah. And then you shit yourself.
This kitchen, Dylan.
You know, a surprise lunch could kill. We got your favorite. Oh. I told you we shouldn't have brought home the kebab. He loves it too much. He never eats it. I said he was going to flip out at the garlic sauce.
He did.
It killed him.
Okay.
Yeah.
This kitchen was designed, Dylan, if we go back to the history of the boat, to serve bread and soup 3 times a day to 59 fishermen. Not facilitate.
Not even soup. It's just broth.
I can't believe they did this to these people.
Yeah.
Not to facilitate 10-course platings.
Right.
It's so below deck.
Yeah. All right. So we have a big thing to get to.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
It's the first of the season. So let's hope our young knight does well.
I think he will, Dylan.
Of course
it's a
he
new
will.
season. It's a fresh start. He's not mid-season. I don't know when he started with us, but
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Let's watch him mount his steed and ride into battle because it is time for the preference sheet meeting.
Charter number 1.
Charter number 1.
7 guests. The primary is Carmen Felder. She's a retired Air Force veteran turned founder and CEO of her own PR firm.
She's the primary.
She's the primary.
So, I know
And
this
on the 7th one, he called the captain a bitch and jumped back in the ocean.
I want to point this out. So I hadn't caught this. Again, forgive me for breaking the rules here, Kaylin. Carmen is the one that told Crystal she had something in her teeth.
I can't remember who it was, but
I'm doing the math here. So that's interesting that Crystal.
I think you're actually incorrect.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. You may continue.
Okay. But what were you going to say, though?
If there's a hierarchy of who actually chartered this motherfucker and you are, in fact, a guest, when your friend or whatever says you have something in your teeth, you don't say, don't do that to me right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that depends on if you want to have the kind of friend circle, where you lord over your monetary wealth. You're not that kind of guy, you know?
I am not, sir.
No.
I can't believe you're taking that defense of Crystal. Crystal is a truly awful person.
Oh, no. I'm not defending her at all. I'm not defending her at all.
I'm 100% correct. Go ahead, Caleb.
Carmen is bringing along her best friend, Brandon, along with her other friends that work in investments and real estate firms.
Yeah. Sorry, let me just get my tits back in the... Let me just cover up my titties real quick.
The primary wants to be greeted with a lemon drop martini, champagne for her guests, and a mocktail for Crystal, who doesn't drink.
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh, it was fun with Kermit mocking fake vegetarians and fake drunks.
Yeah, I love fake drunks. They're so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I can handle myself. It's vacation.
They want to experience the Seawalker helmet diving over the Green Island.
Can't wait to
I
talk
would
about it.
never do that.
Can't wait to talk about
Oh,
it.
that sub exploded. I don't need this experimental bullshit. You ain't getting me in that fucking helmet.
Patrick, it's 3 feet underwater.
I don't care, man. My head would implode. Technology, it's not been proven yet.
Why don't you come swimming? No. That ocean thing exploded going for the Titanic.
No.
We're snorkeling, Patrick.
I'll take a margarita. I'll wait for my friends. Maybe half of them will make their way back.
Yeah. Would you rather go skiing or scuba diving?
I don't like the cold. I won't go there either.
No, but you have to pick.
I can't. I'll drink a margarita.
Somebody get me a Margra. I'm way too scared of the cold and the water. So that's so crazy. You just take the most extreme example of the environment and you go, I can't do it. Have you seen The Revenant? I'm not going up there.
It's too cold.
Way too cold.
Next thing you know, you got a fucking bow and arrow through your fucking head.
Yeah. You got some rival who killed your family. I'm not doing that. It's too cold.
I don't even like pelts. All right, go ahead. Kid.
Yeah.
All right, night one, they want to fine dine on a seafood extravaganza.
Chuggy horse shit.
Yeah, she pulled it off, though.
Yeah, she did.
And night two, the guests want a Moulin Rouge themed party. They also want the crew to join in and form the can-can.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it? That ends the preference
the
sheet?
That
preference sheet,
concludes the preference sheet meeting.
That concludes the preference sheet meeting.
All right. So had he not, I mean,
He just needed to end it properly, but I think he did a great job.
yeah, no, he did a good job. But who's the woman that like blew her Achilles out and she still stuck the landing?
Oh, I remember that. You're talking about like
Terry
1994 Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
Right. So if Kaylin had done that but not landed it in a bout of just athletic heroism, but rather like tore the other one, that would be the kind of the landing. But crazy tricks in the air and whatnot. I'm going to give it 81 pots.
Well, we'll see in 4 years. You got another shot in 4 years. Kevin.
Yeah.
All right. Where the hell are we? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So Tzarina takes pride in going through all the preference sheets and with a fine-tooth comb. I think...
Was it Nancy Kerrigan or was that the...
No, that she was the ice skater. No, there was a girl because Saturday Night Live completely spoofed. Every shot was her captain, the male coach, carrying her around with her leg bandaged up. And it turns out like she'd go to a coffee shop and he was still carrying her around.
Yeah. I love that. That's a great idea for a sketch.
Yeah.
That's a Coke sketch.
He hired that doctor that just got charged with 60 things on a serious note, a sad note as well. I think he was implicated in that. So...
Lair Bear? You talking about Lair Bear? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Lair Bear's having a tough time in prison. I think he just got stabbed 7 times.
Good. Okay. Where was it going with that? Oh, her suitcase hasn't arrived. Boy, that would drive me nuts.
Let's stop talking about pedophilic abuse.
Yeah, we have a fun show about sea rats and incompetence being
100%.
thrust
That's
upon
it.
them. So definitely Laura's not from a country called Latvia.
No. She's from a country called Latvia, which was part of the USSR. Depending on which way the geopolitical wind blows, might be back in the USSR very, very soon. Who knows, though? All right, so she is not an innocent or sweet girl.
Yes.
She is...
Now, let me tell you this. Sure, I think she was saying that she went to go, we'll get to it, do an outfit change. I think she was taking a shit. That's fine. But she is also a hard worker, and she's bringing the right attitude to Below Deck Dylan.
Right, yeah.
She's ready to have a good time.
Yeah, listen, I thought she killed it at the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get to what we were talking about in the beginning of the episode, and that is contactgate. Hot captain, rack a dick, hot captain.
If they haven't had sex, they will have sex.
Oh, do you really think so?
I do.
I don't. I think that's intellectually lazy.
You do? All right, I'll
Yeah.
say this. So we had on a throuple with Colin, Gary, and Daisy. Eventually, you let down your guard and you're going to start fucking somebody.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be Kermit, I think Captain Jason has it in him in a later season to actually be having sex with a subordinate.
I think that they're both thinking about it.
Okay.
More so him, because I do think that she really loves her boyfriend. But, sometimes you're going to bed and you dance through the tulips a little bit. You think about banging that hot rack of dick captain up there. Who, oh, you need help with the other lens? No problem. Oh, how did my shoes come off? You took them off with your teeth? That's gross. And then you start like having sex with each other.
That's how it happens.
All right. So
we got a little sea rat history.
Yeah. This is I say this lovingly. Dumbass Adam is talking about how a man is somebody who provides for his family.
Well, I think that was a little shade towards old Papa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he says that's what men do.
Yeah.
Except they didn't do it for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's a shot towards Papa.
You hear
Easy, Adam. We got plenty of sea rat season for you to fill us in on how horrible your childhood was. Okay, buddy?
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so we get a big getting ready montage, and that is when the guests arrive. Aesha, in a SpongeBob SquarePants kind of moment, tears her skirt, and then we get the flutes and the mocktails ready. Now, Carmen is an indecisive monster, so she's thrown away any and all dates and chips that she's received.
You're talking about Crystal. You referred to her as Carmen.
No, Carmen.
Oh, Carmen. Carmen's the one that didn't want the mocktail.
I think so.
Nah, it's Crystal all the way.
Is it Crystal?
Yeah.
Either way, one of them, and apologies for not getting the details right. We just had a lot of Below Deck to watch this week.
And I want to say this, Dylan. Look, I don't care. When you're paying a lot of money, you deserve great service, and I've said, and I would do this if I get to grace the bow of one of these boats someday. If I'm getting not the treatment I feel I deserve, I'll take a dump on the front of the boat.
Right, but you're not going to be rude like this.
No. When Crystal had said that she was, I don't know, I guess immediately entering the vote, she leaves the program and orders a lemon drop or something like that.
Yeah.
And then when the drink is not handed to her in an appropriate manner, she begins doing the I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Crystal, you and Brandon.
Or Carmen, whoever it was.
I don't want you to be eaten by sharks, but I want them to graze your leg, just to scare you a little bit because you're a horrible human being.
All right, let's get to feuding almost instantaneously over the rooms. But luckily for them, one of the great charcuterie boards in human history. I mean, we've not seen a charcuterie board quite like this since, I don't know, when Versailles was kind of like a hip place to go.
Yes. I don't think Caesar had a charcuterie this large.
No,
If he did, maybe the pig would take up too much space.
Back when Versailles was just fucking Michael McDonald and the rest of the studio guys just fucking hanging out. Have we seen a charcuterie board like this? And I felt this throughout the entire night.
It's pretty wasteful as well, by the way.
If
you saw it, it was half eaten, and then the sea rats pick at it like fucking
sea rats
pigeons.
pick at it like it's carrion. And you don't need a split open passion fruit there. But again, we're trying to impress these people. And impressed they are not. They really take this for granted and just begin shoveling the nitrate meats into their fucking cram holes or whatever you call them. All right, so the boat. Oh my God.
One propeller.
All right, so as is customary with Below Deck, we have to have borderline illiterate, incompetent people running the vessels, at least one or two. But you also need a vessel that is, by all regulatory highways and byways, ill fit to be piloted by anyone, especially somebody who has already killed and maimed numerous people in a crash in this exact longitude and latitude on the
Can
planet.
I tell you something? When you look at this boat that has been converted into a luxury yacht, says Kermit.
Yeah. Wes Anderson's not so cute in the real world, is it?
If I brought my wife on this vacation,
Yeah.
as we entered the dock to see the boat that we would have been chartering, my wife would be tearing up.
Yeah.
Not out of joy,
Right.
but out of embarrassment and sadness.
Right.
This boat is pathetic. It looks like it could have like one of those fucking, missile launchers. Just it's more closer to getting ready for war
Right.
than it is for luxury charter.
It's like a crude nuclear-powered Chinese outfit.
That's my point.
They keep spitting those things out.
They can't sell vacations on this thing,
Right.
but they do. It's so below deck.
All right. So
This is Laura Gate.
Laura is no. Oh no. Well, first we have to get to Dumbass, who is scared of the water.
Oh yeah, Adam.
But he was shrewd enough, because he's from Brooklyn, to tip the swimming instructor,
Wink, wink.
a Benjamin.
Pass me.
Yeah.
That's not going to help him a whole lot if this vessel goes down.
No, it will not. And if someone has to pass licensure kind of gauntlets to get to a commercial status, and listen, no system's perfect, But to have a swimming instructor this apathetic to the lives of the people that are going through the training, I mean, it's quite a blemish, and it's something that needs to get looked at. $20. There is not a maitre d' at Sizzler that you can tip $20 to get through this easily.
And not only that, Dylan, this whole like skipping the line or passing it's one thing to pay some instructor to get you take your SAT score so you get into Harvard.
Yeah, right.
There's another one to make it look like you know how to swim.
Yeah. Alyssa Myers, and there's just some Asian kid. You're Alyssa Myers? Yeah. Yep. All right. Everybody, you're going to break in 14 hours. We'll see you then. All right. So Laura is nowhere to be found. Her walkie is not working. And it looks like we've got another Magdalena on our hands here. Laura has a very snooty attitude about where she was. She has to do her hair. She has to do her makeup. It is gonna take time, much like Lana Del Rey at Glastonbury.
Exactly. But she does not have her set blown out. She does, in fact, look good, and she will, in fact, do a dinner service and kill it.
Right. But also, this is not a beauty pageant. You are literally wiping up feces. So let's speed up the process, Miss Congeniality.
Great point.
All right. The most captain thing ever. Hot captain. Rack a lamb, hot ass fucking captain. Favorite food is a pickle, a cashew, and a block of cheese.
Hey, buddy, how do you think he escapes those fucking lamb chops? Right, okay.
Yeah, what?
What we refer to lamb.
So
rack of
lunch
lamb.
is served. What would we do? Go get it is my note. The note says, what would we do? Go get it. What could I have possibly been talking about?
Was that referring to Tzarina recollecting a story where she prepared lunch and then?
Oh, thank you, Pat. God, I love you. Yes, of course. That's she recounts a story where. Why don't you take it away? You deserve it.
Well, she was really excited to serve lunch, and then some paying customer just threw it against the fucking wall.
Yeah,
and then some coworkers helped pick it up, and she was really embarrassed.
And that's exactly what we would do if we were served any of Kiko's food or anything like that. We would throw it overboard.
I definitely do it if I was served nachos.
Oh yeah,
with corn on.
But well, the cold corn does not belong on nachos, and you have to have melted cheese on nachos. It can't just be chips in a casserole dish with tomatoes and corn poured on top.
Hi, Sandy. Are you serving those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you something. Are you homosexual?
I missed the Russian spy.
I don't see how that's relevant. All right, mahi and really no info on said fish. Very disappointed in Bravo. We know that the food is an important part of the show. Let's get into the food a little bit more, but I understand it is the first episode. Let's get to Crystal, a.k.a. Chrissy, a.k.a. the queen of the universe, a.k.a. someone who has shit on her face. And someone who needs a good friend to tell her that she has shit on her face.
Now, this little remark, as we'd think it would just be a throwaway thing, or perhaps a little uncomfortable moment between two friends, it puts the entire party into a spiral.
Right, a total spiral. And it is one of those comments where it's so innocuous, dare I say helpful and altruistic, but it's such a nothing that it would be, oh, thank you, or oh, laughter, but not with Queen of the Universe.
Oh, no.
Do you tell Thanos he's got spinach in his teeth? No. You'll get zapped into, the nothing zone or whatever.
Are you my wife? And then when I'm having a good time feeling myself at a restaurant with friends there, say, did you dye your beard today? Because I know where you're going with that, Sheree. You're mocking me.
That happened at Laurel Tavern?
It happened at another engagement.
Yeah.
I know what she was trying to do.
You were pretty hammered this weekend.
I was trashed, as I should be.
It was really fun.
Thank you, pal.
God, I love when Pat gets hammered. He turns into Queer Eye for the straight guy. Just he's just he becomes Jonathan Van Ness.
You want to quote me?
Yeah, let's do this. We walk into Pat's event, and Pat comes up to my wife and I, and he says, "Guys," and he kind of wipes down his body. And I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Pretty hot, huh? Looking pretty hot, huh?" And Cece says, "Yeah, no, you look great, Pat." And he goes, "Couple fans said I had a hot little body." All right, guys, there's sangria over there if you want. And then you literally just beelined away from us. All right.
No, all right. So I want to say this. Well, Crystal gets the whole party fighting with each other. Kermit mentions she can't believe these people can be arguing this much in a beautiful country on a super yacht.
Yeah.
Now, it's worth mentioning only one of those things are correct.
Right.
The walls of the interior of this vessel are wood paneling. This is what your annoying husband puts on his walls in his quote-unquote man cave.
Right.
It's not a place for a luxury yacht.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. It looks like a place where snails would be on the walls. Fucking gross. So anyways, we get to the seawater helmet diving thing.
Nope.
Yeah, no, I know. The reason why I would say no is just because this is the worst part about ocean shit. Like, I'm fine, having my own agency kill me or let me guide through the water. I don't want to be in a shallow pool of water with some 20,000 leagues under the sea kind of fucking fakakta helmet on my head and have all these little fucking mackerels just coming up and biting my nipples and shit. Like, I don't want that.
How about an eel or something?
I want to see the eel swimming in the corals underneath, and when I do, I'll go, time for me to get out.
Yeah.
But the turtles, the whale sharks, I want to. Well, whale sharks it would be cool if they were swimming around you, but still very, very
I'd
scary.
also argue, though, I get the whole thing. I think they canceled that show, the adventure version of Below Deck.
Good.
This one, Down Under, they're gonna at least every episode is gonna have them going on some kind of quote unquote excursion.
Oh, that's cool.
And Captain Jason will have that fucking that bow and arrow gun that he fucking blows into a fucking stingray's asshole.
Yeah.
The stingray's like, hey, I was fucking here.
Yeah.
Just minding my own business.
Yeah.
And then you come down here
Yeah.
with whatever that thing is, and you shot me.
The stingray's like, hey, let me ask you something. When did your people get here? And he's like, oh, I don't know, like a couple hundred years ago? Yeah, well, try a couple million, buddy, okay? I am, because
I think I deserve a little respect. Is
what I'm saying is the stingray has like a Rhode Island kind of elitism to him, and he's like way out of line.
Way out of line.
All right, so Tzarina, I love, has these bants. She's just got these bants. She says, she mocks them for having their first beer, and when Aesha almost walks into her in the kitchen, she goes, almost kissed me there. You're going to have to explain that to your boyfriend. Just great bants.
I love it.
So Aesha gets a little gaslit here by the Latvian spy, I think. She... One table restaurant. I mean, come on. Give us a better cover story there, Ethan. She says, okay, you can take a break if you want. And she goes, you thought I wanted a break? And Aesha goes, oh my God, you are so amazing. This is the woman that said, I'm going to take as long as I need to do my fucking makeup. All right?
We'll see where this goes.
She's a crafty one, Laura.
Right now, I'll say I don't know where I stand with Laura.
All right, so dinner is tiger prawns, oysters, crabs. Captain Jack of all trades comes in and says, I'll boil some shellfish.
I love that he did that.
Yeah,
That's
me
what
too.
It endears him.
The dinner is certainly a seafood extravaganza. We've got everything. We've got lobster tails. We've got the crab. We've got all the food that you can get, better on like red lunch table trays. Like if you're really going to eat the food. Anyway, I just, it's so fucking, how many times have we done the seafood extravaganza thing?
It is lame, but I will say this. We don't appreciate it, but you know who appreciates it less is the people paying for this.
Oh.
The two dudes say, fuck this, because Brandon starts getting really wasted.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, what's her face? Crystal, she's passed out at this point. She'll revive herself later and have
she
a
gets
sink.
a second wind like Uma.
I love how she's going to be on like different time zones than the rest of the people on the boat. I bet they'd love that. Oh, she wakes up at 10.
Yeah. She's like Doctor Who. All right. So we somehow get into another fight, and then Laura gives us a quote where she is ready to fall in love on a boat. You and I have watched the show long enough to know that that is quite literally an impossibility. Dare I say mission impossible.
Yeah, she's looking for a husband. We've seen it, though. We've seen a baby sea rat come out of these
we have
vessels.
seen a baby sea rat with an absentee father. Deadbeat dads. Call Tom Likas. Deadbeat dads.
Yes.
1-800. So, champagne is asked. We round out the episode with Brandon getting up and just being a drunk little bad boy.
Bad Brandon.
He's
By the way,
drunk little bad boy right now.
the only thing I would have done differently, I know the interior was trying to be nice. I would have said, I'm sorry, we can't serve you.
Well, I thought that his for as snooty and bitchy as they were the entire time, I don't know why he's apologizing to Aesha. It's
That's
like 12 o'clock at night.
Because he wants a drink.
Well,
That's why.
Get me a fucking drink. You don't have to be rude about it, but you also don't have to be apologetic. Let's find a middle ground. You're paying for the vacation. It's 12. I want a drink.
Now, okay, so this was obviously the best part of the episode, in my opinion. It's worth mentioning, which we did not talk about, that Captain Hot Pants had talked with his bosun earlier, and he wanted him to keep a guy up all night.
What kind of call was this from Luke?
It was an odd one, and this is going to bite him in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
I assume we'll see in the next day. Because as Laura is left as the only security guard / work or whatever, we have Crystal and Brandon ask if they can go swim. Laura politely says no. And I love how Laura handled this.
She was
Lots
a badass, yeah.
Total badass, but polite and I think professional, because you have to
Very.
be stern. And she alerted them, paying customers. Remember, this is going to reflect on the tip. So it's counterintuitive to how you're going to talk to people that you're hoping they give you a big fucking envelope of money.
Yeah.
Said, now I'm going to have to alert the captain.
Yeah.
And we only saw this, well, we didn't even see this this kind of behavior. We saw an old, gross white woman jump in, and Captain Lee had to yell at her and threaten the vessel be turned around.
Yeah, she was buoyant, though.
But I haven't seen drama like this since season 1, episode 1 with Eyelash Johnny, who was doing blow all night. Anyway, Crystal announces she's the captain now when Captain comes out, and Brandon calls Captain Jason a bitch. I hate them both. I think they're assholes.
You want a shark to graze up on them.
Just graze them, maybe bite an arm off.
Oh, wow. You can die from that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, possibly. But I love the first episode. I think he's gonna.
First episode.
I think the night's gonna end, and then it's gonna be down with a whimper. Where the next day they both apologize to Hot Captain.
I think so too, and I hope not for our sake. But we'll see next week. It's a TBC kind of episode to kick the season off. Kick the season off with aiding your favorite Below Deck podcast. Go in the iTunes ratings and reviews. Leave 5 stars. Leave kind words. If you're on the YouTube. Comment, subscribe, join us on Patreon for more, and follow us everywhere on the socials. We love you guys very much. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Kaylin, say goodbye.
Later.
Pat, say goodbye.
Later, dudes.